So hello guys, today I'm gonna be talking about Attack on Titan. So season 4 has, well, we don't know the real truth, but for now I think they say that season 4 part 1 is finished. So part 2, some people say it's coming on October 2021, some say it's coming out on winter 2022, but we still don't know. But for now, I'm gonna just review the whole thing of Attack on Titan because, well, talking about Attack on Titan might take so well for the because it's also difficult not to spoil it. But I'm gonna spoil some of it, of course. I'm gonna talk about Attack on Titan from season 1 to season 4, part 1. Season 4, part 2, I don't even know what happened, so let's just stop for now. Let's start for now. The So season 1 of Attack on Titan, it was about like maybe Titan, what's it about Titan and what attacking the Titan like that. And how do I say, it's season 1 is really like about start of the whole problem, actually the start of the whole thing that happened in that continuously happened until season 4. But one of the big points that the alright, so let's just say we all know that the main character, one of them, become a Titan, of course. But then, like, the problem, like, is that the military doesn't know how to control this Titan, so they just lock him into prison, I think, or lock him so that he don't really like just isolate him and lock him so that he don't really, so the problem won't, so that he will be under control. But once you go to season 4, then you realize that the some the the way they handle this matter becomes bad, something that's bad for him, and he want to escape from that, so he become a Titan, of course, and so he just get out. But then season 1, yeah, I mean, it's the start of their life, and then most of the thing they you want to start the from maybe like increase by 10 like that, like just I would say for the rating I would give it around 7, I think around 7 to 8. I mean, it's good. I mean, it wasn't really that the impact wasn't there, the hype I think just wasn't there yet. Then season 2 happened, and this is where like they would, I forget, but I think it was more about settling down and then trying to be what you call trying to escape the Titan and then try to fight the Titan too sometimes. But it still haven't went to the main thing. Like it's the mystery of season 1 and season 2 is the basement of the house of the MC, one of the MC, and two. But then, well, it wasn't really. It just say like they are preparing for this basement thing that they need, that they want to find out what's inside of the basement, and it changes everything, I think, from that moment on, like that. So season 2, I'll give it, maybe the rating I will be giving around, still around 7, I think, because it's still, the story started to really hype, but it still wasn't there yet. The hype wasn't the climax wasn't there yet for the story, I think. The climax was actually in season 3, part 1 and part 2. Well, The part one is more about the preparation to for the retaking of the Wall Maria, which well they succeed, but it was quite a unusual fight. So there's part one, there's part two. So then the part one still the preparation, and part two is the fight, the war, and the part two is the time where they just really go in depth into the basement. What shit inside? What makes the life of the all the MCs and stuff change? And then we come into season four, where well season three, part one, I will give it around 7 or 8 because it's starting to like you know that it's gonna happen the war, and then part two I'm gonna give it to 9.5 out of 10 because it's a really climax. And then season 4 I'm gonna be talking about now. Well, part 1 if I would say, because we don't know part 2, whether it's part 2 or movie, I don't know. Season 4 I'm gonna say it's quite difficult for me to, because it's they introduce some new characters, and then they start to talk about like the new country, new world. I mean, for me personally, like in my opinion only, like it's just a I mean, if they want to do it right, they should the time skip from season 3 part 2 to season 4 was just, there's just a big gap. But we could see that it was caused by from season 1, where he got locked up, and but then it's just too big of a gap of on the time skip that I think the season 4 part 1 has become a hit or miss. I mean, the season. Then they start introducing one more new character called Gabi, and for some, I forget another one. Gabi and forget. Well, the Gabi is the girl, the small girl, but then I don't really understand why people are getting like hate criticism and then bullying her like that. I don't really understand, to be honest. Like, yeah, maybe like the character like Gabi is quite annoying, but for me, like, it's not to the level where like I would just say I hate her like that. I would, like, if I at that I would kill her like that. No, no, but she has a reason why she like hate the people from the, well, the country, the Eldrian. I forget the name. Eldian. I don't know. Similar. And then, well, I think it's also another thing about, well, most of the Titan things start from when the Zeke, which was the son of the relative of Eren, which supposedly, and then when, well, it's one lesson that we could learn from that is that you cannot just push an ideology that other people don't really care or don't want to learn. You push them, they would really hate it, and that's what happened, which caused him, the father, to get really like get, what do you call that, exiled. I mean, and when that happened, well, most of the, and then the coup happened from Eren, and from my perspective, from my opinion, from my thinking, I am gonna give now a theory that what had happened in season 2. Well, I haven't finished the manga, I haven't read it, and I don't know if they will do the original one or the like Promise Neverland. Well, I'm gonna talk about Promise Neverland later, but I'm gonna be talking more about Attack on Titan first. So they would try to do it like Promise Neverland, where they would just went ahead and do their own stuff, or they would just might be trying to just follow the manga to the very end. But my theory goes to original. The reason why the coup is happening, wasn't because of the like working partners of the like the Marley, the working partners like I want to work with you, you I mean most I think the only reason why he do the scope, I think because he realized that he was inside this prison and he cannot go out, like he was being confined in a, how do I say, he was confined and cannot get out of it. So he thinks that if he get confined like that for another, like I don't know, 4 3 years, I mean he said that the lifespan of a titan would be 13 years. So like if in those 13 years he was confined in this one box, like one place, he will be suffocated. So that's why he decided that he want to be at least free before he die. So he just do this big coup, and then war against the Marley, and then the Marley came and started attacking this country, which became more and more problems ahead. And then and that's where it ends, where they start of the war between the Marley and Elric in the country of the, well, in the place where he lived, like that. So and when that end, I just think there would be a big war. But if it went to a manga, then I know how I haven't really like, I just in my I'm gonna just like try to think of how it would end if it goes to original. Like for me, like in the end, like very end of the anime, I personally like think like the best ending would be Eren getting killed, and the only reason for that is because why would you like for me, alright? Why would I like be living? It's almost similar to what happened in the season 3 part 2 when the Captain Erwin died. He don't want to be safe. He have a chance to be safe. Like Armin was dying, and then the captain also was dying, and then the Levi, the captain, the yeah, his friend, let's just say Levi, he want to inject the liquid that turn into Titan into Erwin, so that he could his limb would grow back. He would be healthy again. He'll be, well, he's only in his last thread also with Armin. But the captain just Erwin just say, why would I want to live in this hell? Like fighting titans, fighting war, everyday war. So he would rather just die happily and the pain. So I think that's what I would think about Eren too. Like the reason why I think he would die at the very last season 4 part 2, or maybe the movie, I don't know. And then I'm gonna, alright, so season 4 part 1 or season 4, let's just say, what score would I give it? Well, for now I'm gonna give it around 9. I mean, I lowered it because alright, so people do really like hyping this up like already 1 year ago or 6 months ago, and it really like, but the impact that it gives compared to the hopefulness of the people, I think it does not really reach that point yet, because I think because you are trying to create something new, like they try to, like, for example, graph of the hypeness, like of the climax and everything, like they haven't really reached that climax yet. They are still on the rising action. They haven't really reached the climax of the story yet for the season 4, and that's why I give it a 9. Because if it reach the climax and the climax will be banger, then I'll give it 10. It will be perfect. It will war like that. So I'm gonna give it a 9 for now. And people would ask me, so who do I hate in the season 4 part 1 or season 4? The character, who do I hate? like I don't know, to be honest. Like for me, I find Gabi. Well, Gabi has a point. She has a point. Like she's a victim of brainwashing, to be honest. So I don't really hate her, to be honest. Like, but then like the well, Sasha died. Like if you know, I'm gonna talk. Sasha died. It's spoiler. So that she died, and it was killed by Gabi. But then, well, logically, you if you love Sasha, then you might be like, I hate her. I hate Gabi. Then like that. But for me, like she's a victim of brainwashing, to be honest. So like I don't really hate her or what, but I would hate the character that I hate the most and the one that I find it annoying. The it would be the blonde guy or blonde girl. I don't know, the one who just help like trade and everything. And I hate him or her. Don't know. I think it was him, but I hate him because well, I'm not hating. Feel annoyed because I think he uses everyone in the country and in Marley, Algerian country and in Marley. They uses them for their own good. So they just so even if like let's just say the Aaron die or maybe Zeke die or anyone die, Levi die or maybe Captain Hunch die, no one cares. He don't care. He just think about money and money. Even if there's Kupang, just think about money. So I think like he's just a useless person actually, to be honest. That can win big like that. Well, now that I'm gonna be the next thing I'm gonna be talking about will be some deep insight into Promised Neverland. So Attack on Titan and Promised Neverland are two different things, and I hope that Attack on Titan went to do something similar to Promised Neverland, but it will be a banger compared to Promised Neverland. Alright, so Promised Neverland. I'm gonna talk about it. Alright, season one. And they have two seasons, right? So they have finished the second season. I'm gonna say it now. Season two people are really like hating those season two. But to be honest, for me, season two, I'm gonna give it around 6 to 7 for rating out of 10. The only reason I'm gonna give a 6 or 7 and not lower because I think season one, to be honest, like I think that season one, like once they escape, like I know that it's gonna be shit, like because it's difficult. Like season one will be all about the mind game and all stuff. Like how do I escape? How do I escape like that? Like, that's a goal, and then season two just confusion. Like one how what should I do? Yeah, I want to survive. It's so like the only problem with for me in season two is that they went to original, but they skip a lot of things. And I mean, if they want to do it original, they should do it like let's just say the plot from the uh let me think Alice in the Deadly Land. I forget what's the name. Alice in what in Buanga, like in which you have to survive. And I mean, it's quite not that good, to be honest. Like it's just normal. I mean, I'm graded a 6 for the manga. I already finished reading, but the plot is quite interesting that and they could just put it on the Promised Neverland for the second arc. So second half, the first half we just they want to escape, they have to use their mind, their brain just to escape. And season two should be just a game where they should just trying to survive like that, and then trying to know getting clue on how to go, maybe it's on how to go back to the human world like that. But instead they just like fight, action. It just become boring actually. I know I predicted it. That's why when some people are hyping season two Promised Neverland, and I already know before that their hope and their hope will be shut down definitely. So I'm gonna say this. The voice actor, the animation might is good, it's really good, and but then it won't compensate on the shit boring plot. But I hope that they would remake season two to be a, more of banger than now. Like it's shit actually, to be honest. Like, but the reason I give it a seven because sympathy and then like animation great like that. Well, I mean it's not the studio fault, it's not the animator's fault. I mean I think it's more on the story fault, like the way they make the story. I think season two should not be like just fighting and action. It should be more on the mind because they already set season one to be like game of mind like that. That's what I think. Like season two should be more on that, but more fun. But instead they go the other route, which was action and that. Well, season one I would give a rating of 8. I think 8. It was very good, but it wasn't a banger of show. And I think some people already predicted season two to be boring. That's why I know it. And I think that's about it for now, guys. So hopefully you guys like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video for more upcoming future videos about Japan and anime. And see you guys next time.